Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking Google Ads, and specifically, the blueprint for actually making money with it. Getting the structure right, that's the real difference between a campaign that makes a profit and one that just, well, burns cash. So, have you ever felt that sinking feeling? You're inside your Google Ads account, just staring at all these settings, and you're thinking, where is my money actually going? Yeah, you're not alone. But what if I told you there's a map for that? A simple blueprint that could guide every single one of your clicks and every dollar you spend? Well, that blueprint, it's the Google Ads hierarchy. It's really the secret to taming the chaos. It can turn your account from this, tangled mess into a super organized, efficient machine. Okay, so let's break it down. And there it is. That's the whole framework right there. Just 4 simple levels. It all flows from the top, the big picture account, down through your campaigns, then into your ad groups, and finally, right down to the actual ads and keywords your customers are going to see. See, everything you do in Google Ads fits neatly into the structure. All right, let's start at the top of the pyramid. Level 1, the account. Just think of this as the main control panel, the master container for your entire advertising universe.
Yeah, this is basically the CEO of your whole operation. It's the top-level folder, and it holds everything else. So what's its job? Well, this is where all the big foundational stuff happens. Setting up your billing, your payment methods, and really importantly, who gets access to the account.
Okay, now lean in for this one because it's super important. There are 2 settings you decide here, your time zone and your currency. And here's the kicker. Once you set these, they are locked in. I mean, set in stone. You literally cannot change them later. So you absolutely have to get these right from the get-go. All right, moving one level down, we get to the campaign. So if the account is the CEO, think of your campaigns as the different departments in your company. Each one has its own specific strategic mission. See, every single campaign has to have one and only one primary goal. This is where you spell out for Google exactly what you're trying to achieve. It's the why behind all your ads. So what could that goal be? I mean, are you trying to drive direct online sales? Or maybe capture leads for your team to follow up on? Or maybe you just want to get a ton of eyeballs on a new blog post. You make that core strategic decision right here at the campaign level. And this is huge. This is also where you control the purse strings. You set a separate budget for each and every campaign. This gives you incredibly precise control over how much you're willing to spend to hit that one specific goal, whether it's sales, leads, or just traffic. Okay, so we've got our goal, we've got our budget. Now it's time to get even more organized. Let's talk level 3, the ad group. The big word here is segmentation. Think about it like this. If your sales campaign is a whole department, then an ad group is like a specialized little team inside that department. And that team is hyper-focused on one single thing, like a specific product or a service category. Let's take a big online store, for example. Say they're running a big sales campaign. Now, they're not just going to throw everything into one big bucket, right? No way. They're going to create separate, super themed ad groups. One for clothing, another for electronics, and a third for furniture. That's how you keep your ads sharp, focused, and totally relevant. And at last, we've reached the bottom level, the most detailed part of the whole thing. This is the stuff your customers actually see and click on, the ads and keywords. These are the absolute ground floor building blocks. The keywords, those are the search terms you're bidding on. And the ads, well, that's the headline and the little description that pops up in Google search. This is your direct line, your message, right to a potential customer. And listen, if there's one golden rule to all of this, it's this. Everything inside one ad group has to be super, super related. So that electronics ad group, it should only have keywords like buy a new smartphone and ads talking about tech deals. You would never, ever throw a keyword like comfy sofa sets in there. And why does that matter so much? Because that tight, thematic relevance, that's exactly what Google rewards. We're talking better results and, yes, lower costs. Okay, so we've just walked through all 4 levels. But the big question is, why does all this matter? I mean, why is mastering this structure so crucial for your success? Let's connect the dots. This little chart here just lays it all out, makes it crystal clear. You can see how each level has its own distinct job, its own key decisions to make.
It's this beautiful, logical flow, right? Starting with the big business stuff at the top and getting more and more specific until you're literally writing the perfect headline for one single ad. Because when your account is built this way, everything just clicks into place. It all becomes clearer. You can control your budget down to the penny, you can easily see which products are your winners, and you can make smart, data-backed decisions to get better and better results. It's the difference between just guessing and actually knowing what works. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. Look, it's not just about spending money on ads, it's about investing it wisely. And this structure, this is the tool that lets you do exactly that. So I want you to go and take a hard look at your own account and ask yourself, is this thing built to actually succeed, or is it just built to spend? Because the answer to that question could literally change everything for your business.